Hey, good morning. So today is Wednesday, April 1st. This is not a practical joke, not an April Fool's Day joke. Here we are in a couple weeks into our quarantine, into our stay-at-home time. So 2 weeks ago today, I planted a whole bunch of grass seeds. You may have seen that on the channel. I did the aeration and put down a couple 1,000 pounds of soil and put the grass seed down. So the grass seed was designed to germinate, or said it was going to germinate in 7 to 14 days. So germinate means these seeds are dormant, they're dry, and they are kept in a suspended animation. These are like nuts, these are like seeds, these are like beans, all of these things that we eat in a lot of cases, but these are grass seeds, so don't eat those. And these grass seeds were kept dry, and they were designed to have a very high success rate in a lawn type of environment. They were tall fescue type of grass seeds. And so I planted 40 pounds of this, spread it all over my yard. And today is the 2-week update on how that went. So I gave you a 1-week update, and there was maybe a few little sprouts here and there, but not a whole bunch of stuff. Today, I get to report all sorts of good things. So yesterday's rain was really good for all of those grass seeds, and it really allowed that to work. So there was some of the suggestions for YouTube videos of one of them, I think Grace came up with this, of how do, you can see that there's more grass seeds where the straw is, because that's where the moisture and the seeds were protected more, as opposed to the other areas that birds may have eaten them. So I think Grace had a question of how do trees and plants know when to leave dormancy and to grow. So there's a variety of ways. Plants are very complicated in that there's lots of different kinds of plants, so there's no one answer to what triggers a plant to do what it does. But the general answer would be temperature. So temperature and moisture level is kind of the determiner for what plants do when they do it. So this year, we've had spring way earlier than normal. A couple years ago, there was snow during spring break. So that would be a year where there was colder temperatures longer. We are now experiencing, we've had 80-degree days already, we've had several of those. Well, the trees are getting the trigger of, oh, it's warm, so therefore it's spring, and I should start doing all those warm spring things that I start doing. And that's generally the answer for what is going to affect what the trees do. So they get the, they also start noticing, not so much yet, but sun levels. So in the fall, as there's less and less sun hitting the leaves, they start to trigger the dormancy of changing colors, and then the leaves dry up and they fall off the trees. That would be the autumn and fall time. So now the trees are experiencing this warm temperature, and they're blooming, they're blossoming, and that's what we can see right now. So all these beautiful dogwoods and these pink flowers and these white flowers and all these things all around the Richmond area, which are great, except for maybe the pollen, which is how they reproduce. So although pollen is, not good for us with seasonal allergies, it's really important for the trees and the population for all these things. So that's generally how plants know what they're doing. So I would assume the warm temperatures a couple days ago mixed with the rains from yesterday triggered all these seeds that have been underground to go, oh, the conditions are right. There's enough water for me to grow. There's enough water for me to survive. And there's enough temperature. This is a good idea. Now it is the time to sprout. So they pop open, the harder outer shell leaves, and all the nutrients. A seed is a complete life form in one little package, and that is what is going to make the grass seeds start to grow. So I'll give you another update in a week on how my grass is growing and all the things necessary for life and for success of these plants. Thousands and thousands of little plants that I'm growing in my backyard. Have a good day. Stay safe.